tardes. Welcome back for this last session of the Marianas History Conference. We have been listening today to the earlier panel of In and Out exhibit. We listened to the history and public engagement across the Marianas. And now we're about to enjoy the audiovisual presentation prepared by the Northern Mariana Islands Humanities Council, one of the stronger allies of the Micronesian Area Research Center and co-organizers of this conference through his executive director, Leo Pangelinan. The documentary or the short audiovisual presentation that we're going to see is entitled Navigating Culture, Seafaring Returns to the Northern Mariana Islands. It is a recent production that they have put together particularly for this conference, and we are sure you will enjoy it as much as we did. That being said, let's go ahead and let's enjoy this video.
Who lives in the CNMI? Everybody lives here in the CNMI today. But if we were to break it down, who are the indigenous people of the CNMI? I would say the Chamorros and the Refaluwasch Carolinians. It has taken us a long journey to really become as one on this island. Papa Mau says the island is too small. People have to come together. Sailing most recently has brought us together.
In 1974, one of my uncle came out on one single boat, canoe. There were 5 of them, under Dr. Kaipat invitation. That was the first canoe that reopened the connection between us and our family, Central Carolina.
That's how we, the Carolinian, came to Marianas on the canoe. The navigator was the one who brought us here.
It shocked me because it was so totally different that I had to ask so many questions to my Chamorro mother. Well, why we don't have a canoe? Well, how would a Chamorro canoe look like? A proa look like?
As Chamorros, at one point, because of colonization, we were down to about 2,000 people, and all of our canoes were lost. So we barely survived as a race.
500 Sails name came from the visit by the San Pedro to Guam in 1565, which was after Magellan, but before the beginning of the end, really, when Spain took over. And at that time, the Marianas was peopled by a nation that was proud, that had thousands of canoes, and at one point in time, someone counted 500. So 500 Sails commemorates that moment in history when the Chamorros were a strong nation and had their tradition intact. And it also gives us a goal of getting 500 canoes on the water again.
We have this drawing from 1742, so we have the blueprint of the Chamorro canoe, but we knew nothing about sailing these canoes.
My name is Cecilio Raigulupi from the island of Sarawak. I live in Saipan, and I learn about navigation and a lot of traditional knowledge. The knowledge of navigation is sacred. It's making yourself be part of the environment you're in. You just gotta connect to that and make sure you know it and respect it.
When you're still young, you start, like sailing with your uncles, with your dad, and then you learn from them, like how to read the star and the name of the stars, and you can learn more and more, like where the islands under which star.
Gosh, it's a knowledge that it's handed down from generation to generation. It's not in a written form. It's all oral teaching. It's I don't know how old.
The Carolinians have had an ongoing maritime tradition for thousands of years. They're still hanging on. we realized that we need to work with them, and we would not be anywhere near where we are today without their help and their generosity. We've had a Laladzic program with Cecilio, which was the first program where we started to develop what our formal curriculum would be. Then Mario started the Sunday Sails program, so every Sunday the community is out learning to sail, going for rides, potluck barbecue. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Sunday sail is we give it out to the community so they can come in and then sail and then interested in learning how to sail. We're planning to build 500 sail canoe. So we need more sailors to come and help us accomplish that.
My name is April Ripecki. I am a Chamorro Carolinian Filipina. I am a dance instructor for the Chamorro and Spanish dance, and I am also a Sacman sailor in training. I feel that it's very important to get back to our roots and learn and take advantage of all the resources that we have now. With 500 sails, Pete and Emma, having them create the swim and sail. Then we have our Master Navigator Cecilio, Master Navigator Tony, and Master Navigator Mario. It's very important that we all, take advantage of what we have right now.
It's always in our heart to share our knowledge. We know that from the beginning we were at Micronesia or Polynesia, we're just one Pacific Ocean. And unfortunately, they lost to the Europeans coming in, and the Westerners comes and they fight. But we're one. We're all from the same ocean.
The generosity that they bring to this process, to sharing our resources, to get people, the community on the water, not any one race, but the Marianas community on the water is really, really special. And I am deeply grateful to them and will always be deeply grateful to them, and am very honored to work with them.
And we're actually sitting here in this kind of traditional boathouse where John Castromamis and the son of the late Dr. Pius Maupiailu Tony are now coming together, and they're actually building this traditional Chamorro canoe behind me.
You cannot make a canoe if you don't know how to carve. And you have to learn how to carve, how to hold your axe so you don't get accident, because the axes, you always sharpen it. And we always call it, it's a hungry tooth.
Now we also have today's technology, and through the stakeholders of 500, we're seeing a renaissance of a birth of proas through today's technology.
We don't want to lose all the tradition, the deep tradition that goes with building a wooden canoe. All these things are deep culture that's valuable. We don't want to lose that. But what happens if there's no canoes for 20 years and then 30 years? Then no one will be teaching and no one will be learning. And all the nuance, all the skill, the really deep skill of handling a canoe will be lost.
Fiberglass is something that we use because we're trying to get the canoes out as quick as possible so we can get people trained as quickly as possible to sail.
My experience with 500 sail is I really like the way we do things over here. I don't know how to mix chemical for the fiberglass. And I like to build canoe, look at the old man building canoes and learning from them. And then now I learn another way of building canoes, fiberglass, and I think it's really cool.
I think that there is a consensus among us that we need to work together as people of the Pacific to save these traditions.
We need to learn our own medicine, how to plant our own food. That's how we grow up. Yeah. Local ways.
There is, more and more young generation that they went to school off island in the college, and then they don't even know the name of the stars.
We need to talk to our legislatures. Please understand that this is what we are. Make legislation that will put this knowledge into our school system. Because if they don't put it, I don't think it's going to survive.
We are as one, and if we are going to say we are tipio on this island, un corazón, then we need to work together. And I'm very, very happy that I'm seeing this. I also want to say thank you to 500 Sails for taking that step to revive our Chamorro prowess through the partnership of the stakeholders of the seafaring families, along with the Canoe Federation and everyone else that goes here their home. Iliso and Susmasi.
Testing.
What an amazing presentation, what an amazing video. We have with us the Executive Director of the Northern Mariana Islands Humanities Council, Mr. Leo Pangilinan. Leo, I know you're there. Please share with us.
Dr. Madrid, can you hear me? Fine?
Perfectly well. Perfectly
Okay,
well.
great.
Hi, guys.
All right. Thank you for showing that short video. As you can see, I'm here in a classroom. I'm here at the Northern Marianas College on Saipan. We're hosting a small watch party. As you can see, social distancing is being observed here. A little bit about the video. I think we wrapped all of that up within the past month. I mean, the footage, the interviews themselves, I think in the last 2 weeks. So it's truly a snapshot of the renaissance, that's happening here in the CNMI and of course on Guam as well, where our seafaring cultures are really coming to life. And I just want to take this moment to thank those who produced it. First of all, Sofia Perez, who directed the film, and the filmmakers involved, David Butterfield, Taj Salas. We also had Jake Doyle as editor. So a lot of props to them for really pulling all-nighters to get this done. We hope you enjoyed it.